Another thing is that cows and other grass-eating species have a digestion system that emits methane. And methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas. And so cows alone account for about 6% of global emissions. And so we need to change cows, just cows alone.
How are we going to do that?
Well, actually, of all the categories, the one that has gone better than I would have expected 5 years ago is this work to make what's called artificial meat. And so you have people like Impossible or Beyond Meat, both of which I invested in.
Do you eat it as well, or do you like it?
Absolutely.
You do? Okay.
You can go to Burger King and buy the Impossible Burger.
All right. Is it healthier for you or just healthier for the atmosphere?
It's slightly healthier for you in terms of less cholesterol. It's, of course, dramatic reduction in methane emissions, animal cruelty, manure management, and the pressure that meat consumption puts on land use. The main reason why we need to increase the agricultural output over the rest of this century is not the population increase. It's that as countries get richer, they eat more meat, and meat is a very inefficient way of creating calories.
You fly private planes a lot, and you're creating a lot of greenhouse gases yourself.
Yeah, I probably have one of the highest greenhouse gas footprints of anyone on the planet. My
kind of
personal flying alone is gigantic.
Because cows account for around 4% of all greenhouse gases, Gates has invested in two companies making plant-based meat substitutes, Impossible Foods and Beyond Meat.
Somebody got a picture of you standing outside of Dick's Hamburgers, waiting in line for a Dick's Burger.
1 in every 5 metric tons of carbon dioxide our city emits comes from food. But all food is not created equal. The vast majority of food that is contributing to our emission crises lies in meat and dairy products. We already know that a plant-powered diet is better for your physical and mental health, and I am living proof of that. But the reality is that thanks to this new inventory, we're finding out it is better for the planet.
Wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops?
Yes.
Water? Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea. But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
We need to innovate on our technology.
Right.
Obviously, like I had a staffer, release a document that talked about cow flatulence, but
which is an issue. I just want to say,
an issue. But here's
it sounds
the thing.
ridiculous, but it literally is an issue.
But it actually is an issue when it comes to contributing to methane.
Right. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez posted a Green New Deal FAQ segment on her website, referencing the alleged 10 years that mankind has to save the Earth. The post said, quote, "We aren't sure that we'll be able to fully get rid of farting cows and airplanes that fast." It also promised, quote, "economic security for all unable or unwilling to work." A torrent of ridicule followed.
Well, if the Green New Deal took hold, I think our grid would stop.
It sounds like a high school term paper that got a low mark.
Within hours, Ocasio-Cortez's office deleted the FAQ from her website. The following Saturday, her chief of staff tweeted it was an early draft posted by mistake. The night before, an advisor to Ocasio-Cortez offered a different explanation.
No, she's actually tweeted it out to laugh at it. If you look at her latest tweets, it seems that apparently some Republicans have put it out there.
The Cornell professor was mistakenly referring to a parody of the FAQ tweeted by right-wing commentator Mark Dice. Dice inserted into the real document a guarantee for massage chairs and a call for American men to recycle urine.
All the tractors, the transport.
Trucks that bring them to this restaurant, all that has to change.
Hey, when you're going to zero, you don't get to skip anything.
The Bombardier BD700 Global Express can seat 19 people at once. He also owns 2 of the Gulfstream G650s.
I'm paying a company that actually, at a very high price, can pull a bit of carbon out of the air and stick it underground. And so I'm offsetting my personal emissions.
Agriculture contributes about 33% of all the emissions of the world. depending a little bit on how you count it, but it's anywhere from 26 to 33. And we can't get to net zero. We don't get this job done unless agriculture is front and center as part of the solution. But with a growing population on the planet, we just crossed the threshold of 8 billion fellow citizens around the world. We just crossed that in this last year. Emissions from the food system alone are projected to cause another 0.5 degree of warming by mid-century on the current course that we are today. Almost everything they've predicted for 30 plus years now is coming true, but the problem is it's coming true faster and bigger than was in fact predicted.
In 5 years, scientists predict we will have the first ice-free Arctic summer. That exposes more ocean to sunlight. Ocean is dark. It consumes more of the heat from the sunlight, which then accelerates the rate of the melting and warming rather than the ice sheet and the snow that used to reflect it back up into the atmosphere.